computer memory. The memory of a computer refers to the physical devices used to store data, instructions, or information temporarily or permanently. There are two basic kinds of computer memory: the primary memory and the secondary memory. Before we study the characteristics and functions of these different kinds of computer memory, let us understand how data is represented in a computer's memory. Representing characters in memory. A computer does not know the language we use. It understands only two digits, 0 and 1, to represent all the information. In a computer system, 0 and 1 are recorded as pulses of electricity. 0 means off and 1 means on. Each input given to the computer has to be converted into a combination of 0 and 1. Thus, any data input into the computer, for example, a user typing the letter A on the keyboard or clicking the mouse, must be converted into a series of zeros and ones for the computer to process or store it. Numbers which are represented using only the digits 0 and 1 are called binary numbers. For example, the decimal number 10 is represented as binary number 1010 in the computer's memory. A computer uses binary numbers in place of decimal numbers and therefore use binary digits in place of decimal digits. The word bit is formed by shortening the words binary digit. Decimal digits, which we usually use in our everyday lives, have 10 possible values ranging from 0 to 9. But binary digits or bits have only 2 possible values, 0 and 1. A bit or a single binary digit, which can be either 0 or 1, is the smallest unit of data a computer can handle. A group of 4 bits is called a nibble. A group of 8 bits is called 1 byte. Thus, 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. A byte is a small unit of data. When you type one letter in Notepad document, it represents 1 byte of information. Since modern computers are very efficient and deal with millions of bytes of information, we use various prefixes to form higher units of data as shown in the table below. 1 kilobyte KB is equal to 2 to the power 10 bytes, which is 1024 bytes. 1 megabyte MB is equal to 2 to the power 20 bytes, that is 1024 KB or 1048576 bytes. 1 gigabyte GB is equal to 2 to the power 30 bytes or 1024 MB or 1073741824 bytes. 1 terabyte TB is equal to 2 to the power 40 bytes, which is equal to 1024 GB or 10995116277776 bytes. 1 petabyte PB is equal to 2 to the power 50 bytes, which is equal to 1024 TB or 112589990684264 bytes. Info byte. We always use the capital letter B to denote a byte. A lowercase b implies a bit. Thus, KB stands for kilobyte, while KB stands for kilobit. Types of computer memory. The most basic kinds of computer memory are primary memory or internal memory, secondary memory or external memory. Let us take a look at each of these types of memory. Primary memory. Primary memory or internal memory, also called the main memory, is an inbuilt memory which can store data and instructions. Primary memory holds only the data and instructions on which the computer is currently working. It has limited capacity. Primary memory is generally made up of semiconductor devices. Primary memory provides faster access but is usually much smaller in capacity than the secondary memory. A CPU can directly access data and instructions stored in the primary memory. Primary memory is also referred to as random access memory, RAM. Random access memory, RAM. Random access memory or RAM can be directly accessed by the CPU. Data can be read from the RAM and written onto it. In other words, a RAM is a read-write memory. A RAM can store data or instructions till the time a computer is switched on. The moment the computer is switched off, the data on this memory is lost. Hence, the memory which can store data or information only temporarily is called volatile memory. Read-only memory, ROM. ROM or read-only memory is the memory from which information can only be read. Information cannot be written onto it. The processor can directly read from the ROM, but it cannot write to it or modify it in any way. ROM is a non-volatile memory or a permanent memory. The data and instructions stored on the ROM are not erased and are stored even after the computer is switched off. Various writable and editable ROMs are available nowadays. Some examples of ROMs are as follows. PROM, Programmable Read-Only Memory. The information recorded on it cannot be erased. EPROM, Erasable Programmable Read-Only Memory. In this, stored information can be erased by exposing it to ultraviolet light. EEPROM, Electrically Erasable Programmable Read-Only Memory. The information written on it can be erased using electrical signals. Infobyte. BIOS is the basic input-output system and is also known as ROM BIOS. It is the first software run by a PC when powered on. Secondary memory. Secondary memory is permanent memory. It holds the information until we erase it. So, it is also called non-volatile memory. We use secondary memory or auxiliary memory units to store large amounts of data permanently. It can retain the information stored on it even after the computer has been switched off. The secondary storage devices usually can store a huge amount of data, but secondary memory cannot be directly accessed by the CPU. The data to be used is first moved to the primary memory from the secondary memory. Then the CPU can access that information. The primary memory units are made from semiconductors, while the secondary storage devices are mostly magnetic or optical in nature. Hard disk is the most commonly used secondary storage device. Other commonly used secondary memory devices are CDs, DVDs, Blu-ray discs, and flash drives or pen drives. Let us take a look at some common secondary storage devices. Infobyte. Secondary memory is also called backup memory. Hard disk. Hard disk is a permanent storage device. It is used in almost all modern desktops and laptops. Modern hard disks can be as large as a 4 TB or 8 TB. Hard disk acts as a storehouse of information. A hard disk is a magnetic storage device and it uses magnetic spots to represent the bit. Presence of a magnetic spot represents the number 1 and its absence denotes the number 0. There are two types of hard disks: internal hard disk placed inside the cabinet and external hard disk connected to the computer through cables. Infobyte. A floppy disk is a thin plastic coated with magnetic material. It is protected by a hard outer covering. It can store only 1.44 MB of data. It is rarely used today. CD. A CD-ROM compact disc read-only memory, or simply a CD, is an optical storage media which can be used to store data. A CD can store up to 900 MB of data and can be read using a CD-ROM drive. Generally, there are two types of CD-ROMs. CDR, Compact Disc Recordable. It refers to a CD from which we can just read the data. The data written onto this CD cannot be erased off. CDRW, Compact Disc Rewritable. It refers to a CD from which we can read and modify the data. We can also add new data to the existing data. It is also referred to as erasable CD. DVD. A DVD, digital versatile disc, is also an optical storage media like the CD, which can be used to store data. However, a DVD is much larger in capacity than a CD. It can store up to 4.7 GB data. Blu-ray disc. A Blu-ray disc is an optical secondary storage media and has a much larger storage capacity than a CD or a DVD. Typically, a single Blu-ray disc can accommodate up to 25 GB data. Pen drive. A pen drive or a flash drive is another secondary storage device. A pen drive is very small in size and can be carried easily. So, it's a good medium to transfer information from one computer to another. A pen drive is connected to the computer using any of the USB ports in the cabinet. More about Windows 7. Computer window. The computer window is used to view the contents of hard disk, compact disk read-only memory, CD-ROM, pen drive, and other removable storage devices. The computer window has 5 parts. Info byte. The first popular version of Windows was Windows 3.0, and it was launched by Microsoft in 1990. Search box. The search box is used to locate a file or folder in the computer system. Explorer bar. The left of the computer window is the Explorer bar. It shows all the folders and their files in the computer. Working area. This is the right portion of the computer window. We can open a file or folder from here. Details section. The horizontal bar of the computer window is the detailed section. It displays the details of selected folders and files. Address bar. It is the uppermost horizontal bar of the computer window. We can use it to find the location of a file or folder. We can also use it to navigate from one drive to another. When you click on those arrows, a list of associated files or folders of that particular location gets displayed. Click on the required file or folder name to view the contents. Libraries. It contains the documents, pictures, music, and videos folders. All documents are by default stored in the Documents. All pictures are stored in the Pictures folder. All music files are stored in the Music folder. Network. Network is an option which gives access to and information about folders and files on other machines. Using this option, you can also share files and folders in your machine so that others can access it from their machines. In early versions of Windows operating system, network option was known as My Network Places. Help and support feature. The help and support feature provides help and assistance. You can open help and support feature by clicking Start, Help and Support. You can select a topic that is listed or search for an unlisted topic by typing the required text in the search text box. A list of related topics will be displayed. You can also access help by pressing the F1 key. Search feature. Using the search feature, you can search for a file or folder. To search for a file, click on the Start button. Type the file or folder name in the search text box and press the Enter button. The computer will perform the search and give you a list of related files in a window. You can also search for files or folders in the computer window. Open the computer window. A text box named Search will be available at the top right of the window. Type the name of the folder or file which has to be searched in the search box. It simultaneously displays a list of the files having the same characters you typed. The entire file name or the location of the files need not be remembered. All the data regarding that file, like the date on which it was last modified, its type, author, path, etc., will be displayed. By default, the search feature searches for the specified file or folder in all the drives. If you want to search a file in a particular drive, just select the drive from the folder pane and type the file name or folder name in the search box to begin the search. Renaming drives of a computer. Open the computer window. Right-click on the drive which you want to rename. A context menu is displayed. Select the rename option and click on it. Type the new name and click outside or press the Enter key. Or click on the drive and press F2 key to rename the drive. TechWord. Operating system is a software that gives a computer the ability to interact with the user. Drives are the different partitions of hard disk and other external memory devices. Wind up. The various parts of computer window are search box, address bar, explorer bar, working area and details section. Some of the folders available in libraries are documents, music, pictures, videos. The network option is used to display and access all the computers connected with the current computer. The help and support feature provides help and assistance to computer users. Graphics and tables in MS Word 2010. Word art. Word art is a built-in decorative text style, such as shadowed or mirrored reflected text. Word art makes the document more attractive. To insert word art in the document, follow these steps. Click on the document where you want to insert the word art. Click on the Insert tab. Click on the Word Art button. Click on a word art style you want to use. The word art text box appears. Click on the Home tab and select font text type and size. Type your text. Now you can move this word art text anywhere on the page by dragging it. Clip art. Clip arts are ready-made pictures available in MS Word. You can use a clip to illustrate the topic. To insert a clip art, follow the given steps. Click in the document where you want to insert a clip art. Click on the Insert tab. Click on the Clip Art button. The Clip Art task pane appears at the right side in the MS Word window. Type the name of the clip art. Specify its location and media, drawing, movie, sound, photo, etc. When done, click on the Go button. MS Word displays a gallery of available clip arts. Double-click on the desired clip art to insert it in the document. MS Word inserts the clip art into the document and the Format tab appears on the ribbon. You can insert one or more clip arts in a document at the same time. To resize a clip art, grab any one of its corners and drag the mouse while holding the left button of the mouse. To size it proportionally, press and hold the Shift key while dragging the mouse. Shapes. You can also insert different shapes in your document to make it more readable and attractive. There is a wide variety of shapes such as rectangles, circles, arrows, callouts, etc. After you add one or more shapes, you can add text, bullets or numbers to them. To insert a shape, follow these steps. Click on Insert tab. Click on Shapes button. MS Word displays a palette of shapes. Choose a shape and click to select it. Now, click in the document where you want to insert the shape. MS Word inserts the selected shape into the document. As soon as the shape gets inserted in the document, the Format tab appears on the ribbon. It gives you options to work with the inserted shape. To resize the shape, click it and then drag its sizing handles. Using a text box. Sometimes you may need to give extra information other than the main text in your document. For that, you need an extra text box in your document. MS Word provides you with the option to insert pre-formatted text box in the document. To insert a text box, follow the given steps. Click on the Insert tab. Click on the Text Box button. MS Word displays a palette of built-in text box styles. Click on the desired text box style. MS Word inserts a text box in the document at the cursor's location. You can now type your text in it. As soon as the text box gets inserted, the Format tab appears on the ribbon. You can use it to apply different effects on the text box. You can set the position and text wrapping of text box by clicking these buttons under the Format tab. Drop cap. In many newspapers and magazines, you might have seen a large capital letter at the beginning of a paragraph text. This large capital letter is called the dropped cap letter. The dropped cap letter can be used to begin a document or to add to a newsletter or invitation. To create a drop cap letter, follow these steps. Click on the paragraph that you want to begin with a drop cap. Click on the Insert tab. Go to the text group and click Drop Cap button. MS Word displays drop cap options. Click either Dropped or In Margin option. In the Dropped option, the dropped letter remains aligned with the rest of the text. In the Margin option, dropped letter remains outside the alignment of the rest of the text. MS Word creates the drop cap letter accordingly. Table. MS Word also allows us to insert a table in the document to represent classified data such as address list, telephone numbers, etc. Presenting data and information in tables makes the document easy to understand as well as attractive in appearance. What is a table? A table is a grid which is made up of rows and columns. These rows and columns intersect each other and form rectangular boxes called cells. Text matter is written inside these cells. Thus, a column is a vertical series of cells and a row is a horizontal series of cells. To insert a table, you can follow these steps. Click on the document where you want to insert a table. Click on the Insert tab. Go to the Tables group and click the Table button. The Insert Table menu appears. Click on the Insert Table option. The Insert Table dialog box appears. Specify the number of rows and columns in their respective fields. Finally, click on the OK button. MS Word inserts a table in the document with a specified number of rows and columns. As soon as a table gets inserted in the document, the Design tab and the Layout tab appear on the ribbon. These tabs are used for modifying the table. Entering or typing data in a table. To enter data in the table, follow these steps. Click in any cell of the table and start typing your data. You can press arrow keys to move forward, backward, or up down from cell to cell in a table. Adding rows to a table. To add a row, follow these steps. Click in the cell of the table where you want to add a row. Click the Layout tab. In the Rows and Columns group, click either Insert Above or Insert Below button to insert a new row above or below the selected row. Adding columns to a table. To add a column, follow these steps. Click in the table where you want to add a column. Click the Layout tab. In the Rows and Columns group, click either Insert Right or Insert Left button to insert a new column to the right or left of the selected column. Deleting rows or columns. To delete rows or columns, follow these steps. Click in any cell of the row or column you want to delete. On the Layout tab in the Rows and Columns group, click the Delete button. A menu appears. Click either Delete Rows or Delete Columns option to delete a row or a column. MS Word deletes a row or a column accordingly. Merging cells. Merging means to combine two or more cells in the same row or column into a single cell. For example, you can merge several cells horizontally to create a table heading that spans several columns. To merge cells, follow these steps. Select the cells you want to merge by clicking and dragging the mouse. Click the Layout tab. In the Merge group, click the Merge Cells button. MS Word merges the selected cells into a single cell. You can now type your text in it. Splitting cells. Splitting cells means breaking a cell into multiple cells. This is the reverse of merging process. To split the cells, follow these steps. Select the cells you want to split. Click on the Layout tab. In the Merge group, click the Split Cells button. The Split Cells dialog box appears. Specify the number of columns you want the cell to split into. Click on the OK button. The selected cells get split accordingly. If you select the Merge Cells Before Split option, it merges all the selected cells before splitting them and then asks you to define the number of rows also. Splitting a table. When we split a table, the selected row becomes the first row of the new table. To split a table, follow these steps. Click in the row that you want to make the first row of the new table. Click on the Layout tab. In the Merge group, click on the Split Table button. The table gets split into two parts. Sizing rows and columns. There are three methods for setting the size of rows and columns as per the requirement of the document to make the table attractive. Using the Cell Size buttons. Click in the cell whose row or column you want to size. Click the Layout tab. In the Cell Size group, click the up-down arrows next to row height or column width buttons. MS Word sizes the selected row or column accordingly. Using the mouse, place the cursor on the border line of the row or column. The cursor changes to a two-headed arrow. Hold the left button of the mouse and drag to size the row or column. Release the mouse button when you are satisfied with the size of the row or column. Using Auto-Fit option, select the table by clicking on plus sign or click in any cell. Click on the Layout tab. Click on the Auto-Fit button under the Cell Size group. It gives you three options: Auto-Fit Contents, Auto-Fit Window, Fixed Column Width. Click Auto-Fit Contents. The cells contract, expand according to the length of the content in each cell. Numbering the cells in rows and columns. To number the cells in a column, you can follow these steps. Select the cells that you want to number. To number the beginning of each row, select only the first column in the table. Click the Home tab. In the Paragraph group, click the Numbering button. Choose a numbering style from the list that appears. MS Word numbers the selected cells accordingly. Using Border Style. We can also give a style to the border of the table. To give a style to the border, follow these steps. Select the table by clicking the four-headed arrow at the top left corner of the table. Click on the Design tab. In the Table Style group, click the Borders button. A list of borders appears. Click on one border option to apply it to the table. The selected border style gets applied accordingly. Adding color to a table, shading. You can add different types of color shadings to your table to make it beautiful and colorful. You can add color to a particular column or row as well as to the entire table. To add color to a table, you can follow these steps. Select the row or column by clicking and dragging the mouse or select the entire table. Click the Design tab. In the Table Style group, click the Shading button. A palette of colors appears. Click on any one color to apply it to the table. The selected color gets applied to the table. Table styles to format an entire table. After you create a table, you can format the entire table by using table styles. By pointing the mouse over each of the pre-formatted table styles, you can preview what the table will look like. Click in the table that you want to format. Under Table Tools, click the Design tab. In the Table Styles group, rest the pointer over each table style until you find a style of your choice. TechWord, word art, built-in decorative text style. Clip art, ready-made pictures in MS Word. Drop cap, the large capital letter at the beginning of a paragraph. Paragraph formatting and page setting. Paragraph formatting. You can format a paragraph by changing its alignment, indentation, line spacing and paragraph spacing. Let us learn about these options in detail. Alignment. Alignment means placing the text with respect to the left and right margins. We have already learnt about changing the alignment by making use of the alignment buttons in the paragraph group under the Home tab. You can choose Left Align, Center Align, Right Align or Justify option to align the text. Align text left places the text towards the left margin. Align text right places the text towards the right margin. Center places the text in the center of the left and right margins. And Justify places the text in such a way that the text is equally distributed between both the margins. Indentation. Indentation refers to the amount of spacing between the text and the page margins. The various types of indentations are right indentation. This indentation lets you specify the amount of spacing to be given from the right margin. Left indentation. This indentation lets you specify the amount of spacing to be given from the left margin. Special indents are of two types. They are first line. This indentation makes the first line of the paragraph indented more towards the right compared to the subsequent lines. Hanging. This indentation makes the first line of the paragraph indented more towards the left compared to the subsequent lines. To set the indentation of the text, you should follow the given steps. Select the text to be indented. Click on the Page Layout tab. Do one of the following. Specify the values for left and right indent under the paragraph group, or click on the dialog box launcher button at the bottom right corner of the paragraph group. The paragraph dialog box opens. Set the value for left and right indents or choose one of the special category indents and its value in the Buy Spin box. Be quick. The increase or decrease indent buttons in the paragraph group under the Home tab can also be used to indent a paragraph. Line spacing. Line spacing refers to the amount of space between the lines of text in a paragraph in a Word document. You can increase or decrease this space by following these steps. Select the text or the paragraph for which you want to change the line spacing. Click on the Home tab. Click on the line spacing option in the paragraph group. A drop-down list appears. Select the suitable spacing value from the drop-down list. Paragraph spacing. Paragraph spacing refers to the amount of space above or below a paragraph. You can set paragraph spacing by following these steps. Select the paragraph before or after which you want to change the spacing. Click on the Page Layout tab. Select the required values in the before and after spin boxes under spacing under the paragraph group. Column formatting. In newspapers and magazines, text is usually given in columns under different headings. The text in Word can also be formatted in such a way that it appears in columns just the way it appears in newspapers. To present the text in columns format, you can follow the given steps. Select the text that has to be displayed in columns. Click on the Page Layout tab. Click on the Columns options in the Page Setup group. A drop-down list appears. Click and choose the desired number of columns, or click on the More Columns options. The Columns dialog box appears. Specify the number of columns in the Present section or enter a number in the Number of Columns box. Click on the Equal Column Width checkbox if you want the columns of equal width. Otherwise, enter the width for every column. Click on the Line Between checkbox for inserting a line between the columns. Click on OK. The selected text is displayed in columns. Page Setting. Page setting refers to the setting of the page properties such as page margins, page orientation, and page size. Page margins. The page margin is the space between the edge of the page and the document text on all the 4 sides. To set the page margins, follow these steps. Click on the Page Layout tab. Click on the Margins option in the Page Setup group. A list of predefined margin settings appears. Click on a predefined margin setting, or to specify a different value for page margins, click on the Custom Margins option. The Page Setup dialog box appears. Type the values for top, bottom, left, and right margins. Click on OK. The margins of the page are set accordingly. Info Byte. The rulers can also be dragged to set the page margins. Place the mouse at the corner of the horizontal or vertical ruler. The mouse pointer changes to a double-shaped arrow. Drag the arrow to increase or decrease the margins. Page orientation. Page orientation refers to the property that determines the printing direction of the text. The page orientation can be set to portrait or landscape. The portrait orientation is the default orientation. In this orientation, the document is printed lengthwise. When we choose the landscape orientation, the document is printed widthwise. To set the page orientation, follow these steps. Click on the Page Layout tab. Click on the Orientation option in the Page Setup group. Select orientation type as portrait or landscape. Page size. You must choose a page size before printing a document. Follow these steps to set the page size. Click on the Page Layout tab. Click on the Size option in the Page Setup group. A list of paper size options appear. Select the desired page size. Previewing a document. MS Word allows us to see the preview of the document which is to be printed. For this, follow the given steps. Click on the File tab. Click on the Print option. A preview of the document automatically appears on the right side of the Word window. Click on the arrows below the Preview section to view every page in the document. You can magnify the view by making use of the Zoom slider bar at the bottom of the Preview section. Printing a document. After previewing the document, you can choose to print it by following the given steps. Click on the File tab. Click on the Print option. Select the printer from the Printer drop-down list. Enter the number of copies in the Copies spin box. Under the Settings section, click on the arrow next to the Print Current Page option to choose which pages to print. Select Print All Pages to print the entire document. Select Print Selection to print only the selected text in the document. Select Print Current Page to print only the current page. Select Print Custom Range to print a range of pages. Select only Print Odd Pages to print all odd pages in the document. Select only Print Even Pages to print all even pages in the document. Click on the Print button. Tech word. Indentation is the amount of spacing between the text and the page margins. Page margins is the space between the edge of the page and the document text on all the 4 sides. Page orientation is the property that determines the printing direction of the text. Wind up. Formatting a paragraph means changing the alignment, indentation, line spacing and paragraph spacing. Alignment refers to the placement of text with respect to left and right margins. Indentation is the spacing between the text and the margins. The columns feature lets you arrange text in the form of columns. You should set the page margins, page orientation, and page size before printing a document. You can preview a document to see how it will look after it is printed. The print option lets you choose properties such as printer and number of pages to print a document. MSW logo procedure. MSW logo procedure. MSW logo procedure is a set of commands which can be stored with a particular name. Generally, we save the commands that are repeatedly used as MSW logo procedure. These procedure can be saved and used whenever required. A procedure in MSW logo can have any name formed by using alphanumeric characters and special symbols with the following restrictions. The name of the procedure cannot be same as an MSW logo command. For example, you cannot name a procedure forward or FD. The name cannot contain spaces or arithmetic operators such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. The first letter of the name must be an alphabetic letter. How a procedure works. When we enter the command repeat for FD100RT90 in the input box of the commander window, we get the output in the main or output screen as shown in the figure here. We can now define a procedure to store the commands needed to draw a square. Let us name this procedure as square. Once the commands are saved as the procedure, instead of writing repeat for FD100RT90 every time we want to draw a square, we can just type the name square to recall the procedure to draw the square. A procedure in MSW logo always has the following three parts. The first line or the title line. This line has the word to followed by the name of the procedure. For example, to square, to class. The body. This part contains the sequential list of commands that the procedure will execute. The end line. This line contains the word end to indicate the end of the procedure. Thus, a typical procedure would look like this. To square, repeat for FD100 RT90, end. How to define a procedure? We can define a procedure in MSW logo in two different ways. Let us take a look at both the ways. Using the input box. To define a procedure in MSW logo using the input box in the commander window, follow these steps. In the input box, write to followed by the name of the procedure. For example, to square and press the enter key. The To More dialog box will open with the option to provide MSW logo primitives one after another by pressing the enter key after each command or set of commands. After entering all the commands for the procedure, type end in the To More dialog box and press enter to end defining the procedure. This closes the To More dialog box and the recall list box shows that a procedure has been defined with a given name. For example, square defined. To run the procedure, simply type the name of the procedure in the input box and press enter. For example, if we write square in the input box and press enter, we will get the output as shown here. Using the edit command from the file menu. We can also use the file menu in the MSW logo screen to define a procedure. Let's see the steps. On the main window, click on File to open the file menu. Click on Edit in the file menu. This opens the Edit Procedure dialog box. Type the name of the procedure in the top box and press enter. The editor window will open with the first and the end line of the procedure already written. Write the commands you want to enter for the procedure after the name of the program and before the word end. For example, the procedure square has been assigned the MSW logo command repeat for FD100 RT90. Click on File in the editor window to open the respective file menu. Click on Save and Exit to define the procedure with the given name. To run the procedure, simply type the name of the procedure in the input box and press Enter. Using procedures to form other commands or procedures. Once a procedure has been defined, we can use that procedure inside another MSW logo command or to define another procedure. Consider the following example. Let us define the procedure triangle as 2 triangle, repeat 3, FD100, RT120, end. After we have defined this procedure using any of the two methods described above, writing triangle in the input box and pressing enter will generate the output as shown in the above figure. Now we can use this procedure with another MSW logo command like repeat. The command repeat 3 triangle RT120 will generate the output as shown in the adjacent figure. We can even define another procedure which uses the procedure triangle. For example, we can define a procedure hexagon using the procedure triangle. 2 hexagon, repeat 6, triangle RT60, end. After the procedure has been defined, typing hexagon in the input box and pressing enter will generate the output as shown in the figure. Editing a procedure. MSW logo allows us to edit an already existing logo procedure. For example, the procedure square, which draws a square with each side 100 units long, can be defined as 2 square, repeat 4, FD100, RT90, end. To edit the procedure, we have to follow these steps. In the input box, type edit procedure name. There is a space after edit and a double quote mark before the name of the procedure. And press enter. For example, to edit the procedure square, press the enter key after writing in the input box. Edit square. The editor window will open showing the contents of the procedure. Edit the MSW logo primitives as per your requirement. To make the procedure square, draw a square with each of its sides as 200 units and change the primitive to repeat 4, FD200, RT90. When you have made all the changes, click on File in the editor window to open the respective file menu. Click on Save and Exit to save the changed procedure. The next time you run the procedure square, it will draw a square with each side 200 units long. Saving a procedure. Defining a procedure does not mean that it is saved. The procedure remains in the volatile memory of the computer and will be lost when you exit the program. Saving the procedure moves it to the secondary storage units, which stores the procedure permanently. To save an MSW logo procedure using a primitive in the input box, write Save Procedure Name. There is a space after save and double quote mark before the name of the procedure. And press Enter. For example, to save the procedure square, press the Enter key after writing in the input box. Save Square. You can also save a procedure by clicking on File in the output window to open the File menu and clicking on the Save option. Loading a procedure. To load an MSW logo procedure using a primitive in the input box, write Load Procedure Name. There's a space after load and a double quote mark before the name of the procedure and press Enter. For example, to load the procedure square we saved previously, press the Enter key after writing in the input box. Load Square. You can also open a procedure by clicking on File in the output window. This will open the File menu. Click on the Load option. This will further open the Open dialog box. Choose the file you want to open and click on the Open button. Erasing a procedure. To erase an MSW logo procedure using primitive in the input box, write Erase Procedure Name and press Enter. For example, to erase the procedure square we saved previously, press the Enter key after writing in the input box, Erase Square. This will erase the procedure square. If you try to run the procedure square, you will see an error message in the Recall List box saying, I don't know how to square. Tech word. MSW logo procedure is a set of commands saved with the name in MSW logo. MSW logo primitives are the commands in MSW logo. Wind up. MSW logo procedure is a set of MSW logo commands. A procedure in MSW logo can have any name using alphanumeric characters and special symbols. A procedure in MSW logo always has three parts: title line, body and end line. Procedures can be used with other procedures or MSW logo commands, and they can be defined, edited, saved, loaded and erased according to the requirement. The Add All button opens an editor window which lists all the procedures defined earlier. More on PowerPoint 2010. Inserting images and illustrations. We can insert graphic elements like pictures, screenshots, shapes, charts, clip art or smart art using the Images and Illustrations group under the Insert tab. Let us see how we can use these objects to make our presentation more visual and effective. Inserting a picture. To insert a picture in a presentation, follow the steps given below. Click on the Insert tab. In the Images group, under the Insert tab, click on Picture to open the Insert Picture dialog box. Browse the folder which has the picture you want to insert. Select the picture. Click on Insert to insert the picture. InfoBite. A screenshot is a way of taking a snapshot or a picture of your computer screen. MS PowerPoint 2010 allows you to capture a screenshot and add it to your presentation without having to leave MS PowerPoint. Click on Screenshot in the Images group under the Insert tab to insert a screenshot. Inserting clip art. Clip art is a collection of ready-made pictures or graphics organized into categories such as people, objects, nature, etc. that can be imported into a program. We can use clip art to make our PowerPoint presentations interesting. To insert a clip art, follow these steps. In the Images group under the Insert tab, click on Clip Art. This will open the Clip Art task pane towards the right side of the application window. Enter a suitable word or phrase in the Search For box and click on Go to view a set of pictures on the specified theme. Select the clip art image you like and click on Insert to insert it in your slide. Inserting a shape. Like other MS Office programs, MS PowerPoint also has a collection of predefined shapes. Let us see how we can use these shapes in our slides. On the Insert tab in the Illustrations group, click Shapes. Click on the shapes that you want, click anywhere on the slide and then drag the mouse to place the shape. InfoBite. To create a perfect square or circle while inserting a shape, press and hold the Shift key on your keyboard while you drag the mouse to draw the shape. To resize or rotate a shape, click on the shape to select it. Click and drag one of the sizing handles on the corners and sides of the text box until you get the desired size. To rotate the shape, drag the green rotation handle. Editing shapes. When we have inserted a shape in a PowerPoint slide or when we have selected the shape by clicking on it, the Format tab, which is a contextual tab, appears under Drawing Tools and is automatically selected. This is similar to the Format tab under Picture Tools, but the Format tab under Drawing Tools is used for editing shapes and has the relevant options. The Format tab under Drawing Tools has 5 groups which allow us to work with the shapes in different ways. Insert Shapes group has options which allows us to choose and add more shapes to the slide. The Shape Styles group controls the appearance of the shape, the fill color, the outline color, how the shape looks and other special options. Click the small arrow next to Shape Styles to open the Shapes Style Gallery, which shows us a number of styles to choose from. The Word Art Styles group allows you to add different styles of text to your shape. Word art text comes in many different styles and colors. If there are 2 or more shapes in a slide, the Arrange group has options which help in organizing the shapes. Then we can bring shapes to the front or send them behind other shapes. The Size group has options which allow us to resize the shape. Info Byte. To delete a shape from a slide, click the shape that you want to delete and then press the Delete key on your keyboard. To delete multiple shapes, press the Control key on your keyboard while you click the shapes that you want to delete and then press Delete. Inserting Smart Art. There is an important feature in MS PowerPoint called Smart Art that allows you to add diagrams to your slides. Smart Art lets you create a simple and effective diagram, organization cycle, hierarchy relationship, matrix, pyramid, and picture. To insert a Smart Art in your slide, follow these steps. In the Illustrations group under the Insert tab, click on Smart Art to open the Choose a Smart Art graphic dialog box. The Smart Art images are grouped as categories. You can view the options under a particular category, or you can see all of them under the All option. Choose a Smart Art by clicking on the Layout and click OK to insert it in your presentation. After the Smart Art is inserted, you can click on each box with the option Text to enter the desired text. Editing Smart Art. When you add a Smart Art or if you have a Smart Art graphic selected, 2 contextual tabs, Format tab and the Design tab, appear under Smart Art Tools. The Format tab under Smart Art Tools is almost the same as the Format tab under Drawing Tools or under Picture Tools and has similar options. The Design tab under Smart Art Tools has 4 groups. The Create graphic allows us to modify the Smart Art graphic by adding shapes after, before, above, below, or at the same level. Note that all the options might not be available for all Smart Art layouts. The Layout group allows us to replace the existing graphic with a different Smart Art. The Smart Art Styles group lets us change the color of the selected part of our graphic and also allows us to add different effects to change the appearance of the graphic. The Reset group erases all the changes or restores the original graphic and converts the current shape to text or some other shape. Info Byte. To delete a Smart Art from a slide, click the light blue border around the Smart Art that you want to delete. It's visible when you have selected the Smart Art, and then press the Delete key on your keyboard, creating a photo album. If you would like to create a slideshow just using pictures or having a section of your presentation with just pictures, you can use the Photo Album tool in PowerPoint. Click Photo Album in the Images group under the Insert tab and choose New Photo Album. The Photo Album dialog box opens. Below Insert Picture From, click on the File Disk button to choose your images from your hard disk. Select your images, use the Shift key or Control key to select multiple images. Once you have selected the images, you can see the names of the images in the Pictures in Album box. To preview a particular image, click on it. Note that the list in the Pictures in Album box is alphabetical. You can change the order by using the up and down arrows at bottom of that list. In the Album Layout section, choose how many images you would like per slide in the Picture Layout box. Choose a frame for your photos if you want one using the Frame Shape box. click on the Create button and the slides will be created. Info Byte. If you choose the photo album option while in a presentation, a new presentation is created with the new slides. You can then copy and paste them into your original presentation. You can also edit the photo album you have created at any time by clicking on the photo album in the ribbon and choosing Edit Photo Album. Inserting an audio. You can also add sound to your presentation. You can add background music to one slide, a sound effect to another, or add narration or commentary to some other slides. To add an audio to your presentation, you can follow these steps. Click the Insert tab, click the audio drop-down arrow in the media group, select Audio from File. Select the desired audio file, then click Insert. This places a sound icon on your slide. You can drag the sound icon and place it wherever you want. When you have entered the sound file, contextual tabs Format and Playback open under Audio Tools. These options can be used to modify the audio file. Info Byte. You can also insert sound clips using Clip Art Audio option or use Record Audio to record and insert an audio file. Inserting a video. Just like you added an audio clip, you can also add a video clip to your presentation. To add a video clip, follow these steps. From the Insert tab, click the Video drop-down arrow in the Media group. Click on Video option. Select Video from File. Note that you can also use a clip art video or a video from a website. The Insert Video dialog box appears. Navigate to the folder containing the video file and click to select it. Click Insert to insert the video clip. Click on the video clip area and use the resize handles to resize it if necessary. It will play within the presentation if you click on it. When you have inserted the video file, contextual tabs, Format and Playback open under Video Tools. These options can be used to enhance and add effects to the video file selected. Tech word. Smart Art, a feature that allows users to create simple and effective diagrams, organization charts, and flowcharts. Photo album is a feature that allows users to create a presentation based only on pictures. Screenshot is taking the picture of the displayed computer screen. Wind up. MS PowerPoint allows us to insert images, clip art, smart art, shapes, audio clips and video clips in the slides. Clip art is a collection of pictures or graphics organized into categories such as people, objects, nature, etc. that can be imported into a program. The Images and Illustrations group under the Insert tab allows us to insert pictures, shapes, screenshots, photo albums, clip art, and smart art. Contextual tabs are special tabs in the ribbon that are not visible all the time. They appear when you work with a particular slide object, which can be edited using special options within these tabs. MS PowerPoint includes a feature called Smart Art that allows you to add diagrams to your slides. The Media group under the Insert tab lets you add audio and video clips to your presentation. Introduction to MS Excel 2010. MS Excel is a spreadsheet program which is a part of MS Office suite. A spreadsheet has a number of inbuilt features and tools such as functions, formulas, charts, and data analysis tools which help in handling a large amount of data easily. Some other spreadsheet programs include OpenOffice Calc or Google Down Spreadsheet. Features of MS Excel. Calculations. Numbers and calculations are managed efficiently in MS Excel. A formula once written can be easily copied to the rest of the worksheet. If any change is made in the values, the recalculation is automatically performed. Database management. Data is the collection of values in the form of rows and columns. The data can easily be created and managed in MS Excel. Finding a value and sorting out the data is also easily taken care of in it. Charts. The pictorial representation of data is called a chart. You can create a variety of charts in MS Excel like pie chart, column chart, bar graph, etc. You can also make use of 3D effects charts. Starting Excel. To start MS Excel, follow the steps given below. Click the Start button on your desktop. Click on All Programs. Scroll down until you find Microsoft Office and then click on it. Click on Microsoft Excel 2010. Be quick. On your keyboard, press the Windows key and the letter R together. This opens the Run dialog box. Type Excel and then click OK. Components of MS Excel 2010 window. The various components of MS Excel 2010 application window are as follows. Title bar is located at the top of MS Excel window, which displays the name of the workbook. The Minimize, Maximize, Restore and Close buttons are also located to the right of the title bar. Quick Access toolbar contains some of the most frequently used commands like Save, Undo and Redo. Ribbon, which is present just below the title bar, contains different options grouped together as tabs. File tab present on the upper left-hand corner of the application window contains file handling options like Save, Save As, Print, Close and New. Status bar, which is present on the lower left-hand part of the application window, shows status information like the current view, zoom tools, etc. View bar is located in the lower right side of the application window and helps us to view the worksheets in different modes: the normal view, the page layout view, and the page break preview. Zoom tools located just to the right of the view bar allows the user to quickly set the zoom level of the document. Horizontal scroll bar helps the user to navigate left or right in the worksheet. A vertical scroll bar is also present, which allows scrolling to the top or bottom in a worksheet. Sheet tabs at the bottom left side of the Excel window indicate the worksheets present in a workbook. By default, when we open a workbook in Excel, it has 3 worksheets. The tab at the bottom of the worksheet tells you the name of the worksheet, such as Sheet 1, Sheet 2, Sheet 3, etc. The Active Sheet tab shows the currently active worksheet. Switching between worksheets can be done by clicking on the tab of the sheet you wish to access. Right-click on each sheet tab to access more options. The worksheet is divided into rows and columns. The rows are numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, as indicated by the row numbers towards the left of the window. The columns are listed alphabetically as A, B, C, D and so on, and are indicated by the column names towards the top of the workspace. When we reach the letter Z, we start again using AA, AB and so on. The rows and columns intersect to form cells. This is the smallest unit in a worksheet and can hold number, text or formula. Each cell has a unique address, which is named as a combination of the row number and column name. Thus, the cell formed by the intersection of column C and 5th row has the address C5. Active cell, as the name suggests, is the cell that is currently active or selected. It can be recognized by its thick black outline. Data is always entered into the active cell. Name box displays the cell reference or the address of the active cell. Located above the workspace, the formula bar displays the contents of the active cell. It can be used for entering or editing data and formulas in the active cell. Info byte. An Excel 2010 worksheet can have a maximum of 1048,576 rows and 16,384 columns. Each cell can contain a maximum of 32,767 characters. Creating a new workbook. When MS Excel is started by any of the two methods described earlier, the application window opens with a new workbook containing 3 worksheets by default. The extension name of MS Excel workbook is .xlsx. To open a new workbook when the MS Excel application is already running, follow the steps given below. Click on the File tab in the MS Excel 2010 window. Click on New. Click on Blank Workbook or choose Existing Template to open a new workbook. Click on Create button. Be quick. With the MS Excel application open, press the Control key and the letter N together. This will open a new workbook. How to insert text and number? Follow these steps to enter text and or the number in MS Excel worksheet. Click the cell where data has to be entered. Type the value and press Enter key. You can press Tab key or arrow keys to move from one cell to another. Saving a workbook. After working in Excel, you can save your workbook for future use. Follow the steps given below to save a workbook. Click on the File tab in the MS Excel window. Click on Save. The Save As dialog box opens. Select the desired location where you want to save the file. In the File Name text box, write the name of the file. Click on Save. Alternate method. You can click on the Save button in the Quick Access toolbar. The Save As dialog box appears and you can save your file in the desired location with the intended file name. Be quick. On the keyboard, press the Control key and the letter S together. This will open the Save As dialog box and you can save your file in the desired location with the intended file name. Opening an existing workbook. When MS Excel is not running, we can open an Excel workbook by browsing to the folder which contains the document file and then double-clicking on it. However, if an MS Excel application window is already open, one can open an existing file by following these steps. Click on the File tab. Click on Open. The Open dialog box opens. Browse to the folder where the MS Excel file you want to open exists. Select the file you want to open. If you have selected the file, the name of the file will be displayed in the File Name text box. Click Open so that the workbook gets displayed in the application window. Be quick. On the keyboard, press the Control key and the letter O together. This will open the Open dialog box and you can open your file by following the steps 4 to 6 as described here. Navigation in a worksheet. Quick keys. One cell to the right, one cell down, one cell to the left, one cell up. To the right-hand edge of the current cell, Control plus right arrow. To the top edge of the current cell, Control plus up arrow. To the left-hand edge of the current cell, Control plus left arrow. To the bottom edge of the current cell, Control plus down arrow. To the first cell in the worksheet, Control plus Home. To select the entire worksheet, Control plus A. To the first cell in the row, Home. To the last working cell, Control plus End. Closing a workbook. When we want to close a particular workbook in MS Excel, but not the application window, we click on the File tab and then on Close. To exit the MS Excel application, click on the Close button to the top right of the application window, or you can click on File tab and then on Exit. Be quick. You can close MS Excel application using the keyboard shortcut Alt plus F4. Tech Word. Worksheet, single page of a workbook containing a grid of cells made up of rows and columns. Workbook is a collection of worksheet. Cell is the smallest unit of a worksheet formed by the intersection of a row and a column. Wind up. MS Excel is a spreadsheet program which is a part of MS Office suite. To start MS Excel 2010, Click on Start, go to All Programs, Microsoft Office and Microsoft Excel 2010. Some important components of the MS Excel 2010 application window are the title bar, formula bar, rows and columns, name box, file tab, ribbon and status bar. By selecting the required options from the File tab, we can open new and existing files and save the files. We can click on the Close button to exit the MS Excel program. MS Excel 2010 files have the extension .xlsx, algorithm and flowchart. You know that to do a task we need to follow a sequence of steps. This sequence of steps helps us complete the task correctly. For example, when we have to start the computer, we follow the given sequence of steps. Switch on the main power switch. Switch on the UPS power button. Switch on the CPU power button. Switch on the monitor power button. Algorithm. An algorithm is a handwritten set of instructions given to solve a particular problem. It is written in a simple language and proper sequence. The set of instructions, when coded in any programming language, is known as a program. The computer programs help us to communicate with the computer. An algorithm has the following characteristics. It is properly ordered, that is, the instructions are in proper order or sequence. It is unambiguous, that is, it provides the instructions to the computer without any ambiguity. It is effectively computable, that is, the computing agent can actually carry out the operations. Advantages of an algorithm. Algorithms have the following advantages. They are easy to understand and implement. They describe the steps that should be taken to solve a problem. They help us avoid any kind of mistakes. They are independent of any computer language. They can easily be converted into flowcharts and then into computer programs. Developing an algorithm. The problem must be defined in clear and concise terms. List the inputs, information needed to solve the problem, and the outputs what the algorithms will produce as a result. Describe the steps needed to convert or manipulate the inputs to produce the outputs. Start at a high level first and keep refining the steps until they are effectively computable operations. Choose data sets to verify that the algorithm works. Let's study the following algorithms. Calculate and print the sum of two numbers. Start. Read the first number, store it as x. X. Read the second number, store it as y. Y. Add the two numbers, store it as sum. Sum is equal to x plus y. Print sum. Stop. Calculate and print the average of two numbers. Start. Read the first number, store it as x. X. Read the second number, store it as y. Y. Add the two numbers, store it as sum. Sum is equal to x plus y. Divide the sum by 2 to get the average. Store it as average. Average is equal to sum by 2. Print average. Stop. Compare two numbers to find out which one is smaller and print the result. Start. Read the first number. Store it as x. Read the second number. Store it as y. Check if x is equal to y or not. If x is equal to y, go to step 5, else go to step 6. Print the numbers are equal. Go to step 9. Check if x is less than y. Go to step 7, else go to step 8. Print x is smaller. Go to step 9. Print y is smaller. Stop. Check if a given number is even or odd. Read the number, store it as x. Divide x by 2 and find the remainder. Store the remainder as r. If r is equal to 0, print the number is even. Go to step 5. Print the number is odd. Stop. Flowchart. You already know that an algorithm is a set of instructions given to perform a task. A flowchart is a graphical or symbolic representation of the sequential instructions necessary to perform a task. It is a very useful concept to learn programming. It guides us to write clear and simple programs. Look at the given flowchart to calculate the sum of two numbers. This is a flowchart to describe the steps involved in calculating and printing the sum of two numbers. As you can see from the flowchart, symbols are linked together with arrows showing the directions of the flow of the process. The flowchart has different symbols, each of which is used for a specific purpose. Let us take a look at some of the different types of flowchart symbols. Symbol, name of the box, description. Start, stop box. It is used to mark the beginning and end of a flowchart. A flowchart can have only one start box and only one stop box. Input-output box. It is used for taking inputs or giving outputs. Process box. This is used to mark the processing or calculation instructions like adding or subtracting numbers. Decision box. This decision box is used when the process asks a question and has to choose between two or more actions depending upon the outcome of a calculation. Often the workflow is split in a decision box indicated by two or more flow lines emerging from the decision box. Flow lines. The flow lines indicate the direction of flow of the instructions or the process. The different boxes in the flowchart are connected with flow lines. Connectors. Connectors are used to connect different parts of flowcharts together. Connectors may connect flowcharts on the same page or on different pages. Off-page connectors. Info byte. Usually the direction of the flow of process in a flowchart is either from left to right or from top to bottom. Let's study the use of decision boxes and other flowcharting symbols. A flowchart to compare two numbers and identify the smaller one. Start. Read the first number x. Read the second number y. Is x equal to y? No. Is x less than y? No. Print that y is smaller. Stop. If x is less than y, yes, print that x is smaller. Stop. If x is equal to y, print that the numbers are equal. Stop. A flowchart to find if a number is even or odd. Look here in this diagram, children. It seems to be interesting as you understand. A flowchart to print the word welcome 5 times. This flowchart will help you do the same task repeatedly. It is based on the looping concept. It is a concept which executes a set of instructions till the condition is satisfied. Start. Read the word welcome as welcome. Count is equal to 1. Print welcome. Count is equal to count plus 1. Is count less than equal to 5? If yes, then go back to print welcome. If no, then stop. Flowchart to print the word welcome 5 times. The word welcome is printed 5 times. The counter variable is a variable used to count the number of times a process is repeated. The counter variable count is used to check the condition. Till the time the value of the counter variable meets the specified condition. Count is less than or equal to 5, the statement to print the word welcome is repeated. The concept of looping helps us to avoid writing the instructions repeatedly for completing a task. It thus saves our time and enables us to write simple programs. Each time the counter variable is incremented to perform a set of instructions to get the desired result, the process is said to have completed an iteration. Thus, multiple iterations lead to looping. Communication through Internet. Creating an email account. Creating an email account is easy. You need to fill a registration form on the website of which you want to use the email service. Let us learn how to create an email account by using the services of the website www.gmail.com. Open any web browser. Type the URL as www.gmail.com. Click on the Create an Account button to open a new account. A registration form appears. Fill in the registration form, choose a login name and password. Accept the agreement. Your email account gets created if all the entries have been filled properly. InfoByte. Your email password should be more than 8 characters long. It should be a combination of letters, digits, and symbols. Using an email account. You can use your email account to send and receive emails. To use the email account, you must log in or sign in using your username and password. The interface or layout of different email accounts may differ, but they all offer the following basic features. Inbox. The inbox displays a list of received emails. Each message header shows you who sent the email, the subject line, the time and the date when the email was sent. You can click on an email to view its contents. Compose mail. You can send an email by composing or creating it. The general components of an email message are to. In to box, we type the email address of the person to whom we want to send the email. CC. It stands for carbon copy. In the CC box, we type the email addresses of the people to whom we want to send a copy of the mail. The email addresses mentioned in the CC field are visible to all the recipients of the email. BCC. It stands for blind carbon copy. It is used to send a copy of the messages to several people. However, the email addresses mentioned in the BCC field are not visible to the other recipients. CC and BCC fields are optional and appear only when clicked. Subject. In the subject box, we give a brief description of the email. Message. We type the message and format it using the available features. Most email editors provide features such as aligning text and adding bullets or numbers to the points. We can also include emoticons in our message. And emoticons are symbols that are used to express emotions in a text message. Attachments. We can send pictures, documents, or any other files with our email. These are known as attachments. To send an attachment with the email, we follow these steps. Click on the Attach Files button. The File Upload dialog box appears. Locate the file, select it, and then click on the Open button. The file gets attached to the email message. We can attach more than one file with our mail by following the same steps. After filling the required fields, click on the Send button to send the email. Replying to an email. We can also reply to an email. The reply also includes the original message. Therefore, both the original message as well as its reply will be visible to the receiver. Forwarding an email. Forwarding an email means sending a received email to one or more people. Deleting an email. We can delete an email by selecting the email in the inbox and clicking on the Delete button. Signing out. After using an email account, you must close it properly by clicking on the Sign Out or Log Out button. This is necessary as it prevents other people from accessing your email account. InfoByte. The world's first email message was sent in 1971 by Ray Tomlinson. He also suggested the use of the @ symbol in the email addresses. Social networking sites. A social networking service allows people to exchange their views and information to build social networks or social relations. A social networking service consists of a representation of each user's information, usually called a profile, his social likes, and a variety of other information. Websites which provide this service are called social networking sites. Some of the popular social networking sites are MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Let's study about these social networking sites. MySpace. MySpace was founded in 2003 by Churs D. Wolf and Tom Anderson. It allows a user to create a profile that can be shared with friends and family. MySpace focuses mainly on music and music sharing. Its popularity rose to a great height during 2005 and 2008, and it became the most visited social networking site in the world. In June 2006, it surpassed Google as the most visited website in the United States. However, the website indulged in heavy advertising, which made the website sluggish and less easy to use. By April 2008, Facebook had more worldwide users than MySpace. Facebook was founded on 4th February 2004 by Mark Zuckerberg while he was a student at Harvard University, USA. Initially, only Harvard University students could become Facebook members. Later, it extended its services to various other universities before it opened to worldwide public. Facebook now allows anyone who is more than 13 years old to become its registered user. Users need to register before using the website. A registered user may create a personal profile, add other users as friends, exchange messages, and receive automatic notifications. Additionally, users may join common interest groups and categorize their friends into lists. Facebook is the most popular social networking website with over 1 billion active users. Apart from individual users, many companies, institutions, and organizations also have Facebook pages and accounts. Twitter was created by Jack Dorsey in 2006. It is an online social networking service that allows its users to send and read short text messages of maximum 140 characters, which are called tweets. Registered users can read and post tweets, but unregistered users can only read tweets posted by others. It has rapidly gained worldwide popularity. It is now one of the 10 most visited websites and has been described as the SMS of Internet. Many famous people and organizations have Twitter accounts. Barack Obama, the US President, has one of the most popular Twitter accounts with more than 40 million people following his tweets. WhatsApp Inc. was founded by Brian Acton and Jan Koum, both former employees of Yahoo, in 2009. WhatsApp Messenger is an instant messaging app for smartphones. This app enables users to select feature phones to use the internet to communicate. In addition to text messaging, WhatsApp can be used to send images, video and audio media messages. We can also make calls through WhatsApp. The company is based in Mount View, California. TechWord. Email, electronic mail sent and received through internet. Inbox, a folder that displays a list of received emails. CC, carbon copy. BCC, blind carbon copy. Attachment, a file sent along with an email. Emoticons, symbols that are used to express emotions in a text message. Social networking sites, websites that allow users to build social networks or social relations. Wind-up. Email or electronic mail is sent and received through the internet. An email address consists of a username and the domain name of the server. The username and the domain name in an email address are separated by the @ symbol. The various functions that can be performed while using email accounts are composing a message, replying to a message, forwarding a message, attaching files, deleting emails, etc. Emotions are symbols that are used to express emotions in a text message. A social networking service allows people to exchange their views and information to build social networks. MySpace, Facebook, and Twitter are some popular social networking sites. MySpace was founded by Chris DeWolfe and Tom Anderson in 2003. Facebook was founded by Mark Zuckerberg in 2004. Twitter was created by Jack Dorsey in 2006.